Hello and welcome to Earth Trifle, and yes, it's that time of day where we're going to take the doggies for a walk. We're not actually going anywhere today, we're just going to go for a walk here because this is where I live and it's rather nice anyway. I don't need to go anywhere at the moment. No. Okay guys, off we go. Oh, we're going that way, are we? Okay. Just check inside the letterbox. No, they haven't been. No bills today. Phew. Well, it's been a bit of an interesting day, it has. An eventful day, you could say. Yeah. There I was, thinking to myself I could charge the battery up on the Ferris, the ride-on machine, and, well, didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to. No, I thought I'd get a cutting, you see, before the missus comes back on Wednesday. Because I've ordered a battery for it, but it's not here yet. So, yeah, it was rather eventful. So the battery was just been on charge overnight. I think on a trickle charge it was. I thought, hang on, a little bit swollen, that battery, just a little bit on the side. Anyway, I put it in the Ferris anyway, went further athought, and turn the ignition on. And as soon as I turn the ignition on, not the starter motor or anything like that, no, just the ignition, bang! The battery exploded. Oh, what the hell was that? First of all, a tyre blew out on it or something. I just pumped the tyres up, you see. I thought the tyre just blew up. But no, it was the battery. And it spattered old battery acid around inside, well, the back end of the ride-on machine. Okay, I'll give it a good old rinse out and what have you. Somebody had a good idea actually, putting some bicarbonate soda with it, so it neutralises the acids. That's a good idea, I'll do that. I'll do that when I get back from this walk, I reckon. Just do it with a walking can, can't I? You know, anyway. Yeah, but God and Bennett, it did make me jump, you could say that. Yeah. Yeah, just like the seat, all of a sudden thrust up my butt. Yeah, because the battery's under the seat, you see. The seat thrust up my butt. and what the hell was going on? I thought, what? And I realised it must have been the battery, because I hadn't done anything other than turn the ignition on. I hope I haven't damaged anything else. I don't think it has, though. But, oh dear. So I think I'll wait until I get my new battery before I try that one again. Because as it stands, that was a little bit disconcerting, it really was. And then something else happened today. Well, it might not happen today, that happened the other day. Probably when I was cutting the grass. Yeah. I noticed it today though. I thought, hang on, that panel over there, that solar panel, because you can't see it from here. No. There's a solar panel. It looked a different colour. It looked a bit odd. So, well, looked a bit closer. And I noticed there's like a stone chip in it, and obviously being toughened glass. Tempered. It's the whole thing gone all crazy, you know, like honeycomb. All the glass gone like honeycomb. A little bit still stuck in situ. Look, I've got cows over there. There's moos. Yeah. So yeah, it's still all together, just all crazy. You can see the bit where the stone hit it. Now, obviously, must be when I cut the grass. And I nearly always use that machine with the deck, side discharge, you see, pointing away from the solar panels until I'm far enough away, and needless to say, that wasn't the case in this case. Obviously, the stone managed to look at the trajectory of it, must have gone quite high and down, hit the panel. That's what it looks like. I can't even remember hitting anything, so that's the other thing. Yeah, so that was a bit, had to put it, a little bit worrying. Yeah, that's quite easy to smash those flipping panels with a Ferris ride on. So apparently you can not fix them, so you can seal them. There's like a resin sealer you can get, or there's a film you can get and put over top of crazed solar panels. So the panel still works, still got voltage, still got voltage. I'd say it's probably gone down a little bit on the voltage, but on the whole it's all, it's still there. So yeah, that was a bit worrying, it really was. Now this is something I want to show you. I'm funny, but if I was doing this job, I would have a look at it and say, oh okay, That's a bit shit. Yeah. Right. Now we just had fibre installed in the house. They put all new cables everywhere. All up here. All new cables running along here. You might not see it because of the light and what have you, but there is. Alright. And what do I see? Maybe you'll see if I move the camera away from me a bit and I'll bring it up a bit. Oh, wrong way. So I think I've already taken a picture of the number of the pole. Can you see the problem up there? Because I can. The cable is straight. It's got caught under the piece of galvanised iron with the holes in. Yeah, not supposed to do that. So what will happen is, over a period of time, it will just cause a bit of friction, constant friction, and wear into the cable. Plus, those fibre, you know, the fibre optic cables, they don't like to be bent. No, they like sort of smooth curves and stuff. They don't work properly. So, yeah. Now I'm contemplating, I know I shouldn't, bringing my big triple extension ladder down and doing it myself. Because there's probably enough slack in the cable just to pull off the end of the iron. Yeah, a bit of luck. Just get the ladder at one side of it, stick with a V in it, a bit like a linen prop, and push against it until it's pops off the end of the actual wire. Because I know what's going to happen now. A year, 2 years time. Let's put this down again. Yeah, because that light's making the camera go crazy. 2 years time, we're going to have no internet. The engineers have got to come out and fix it. We'll be days or even a week without any internet while we're waiting. Let's just change that light. There you go. Right, guys. Alright, they want a treat. Oh, there's a Wally. And Sebastian. Oh, there's one more. There should be 3 dogs. Oh, there is. Ow, my fingers. There you go. She's obviously very hungry. So, yeah. That needs to be sorted out. Everything seems to be growing up crazy at the moment. Because there has been a bit of rain. Well, very little rain. We had little surges of rain. Nowhere near enough. I noticed when I was digging in the garden, the land is still so dry underneath. It really is. Now, I saturated it yesterday in the greenhouse. Literally dug holes and left the hose running in the holes. So literally just hopefully got soaked right through, because the ground is so oh, it's terrible. It really is really dry. So that's the idea. That's pumped water from the well, and obviously the pump is run by the solar panel. So I see got the sun over there. God, I'm pin it. It's so bright light. So yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, try and get the ground at a state where it's gonna, everything's gonna grow nicely. Are they running up here again? No, not too bad. Wally is a bit. What are you doing up there, Wally? So the wait, you see, I've got to go fairly early in the morning, walk the dogs, or in the evening. Basically waiting for the sun to go down a bit, so the ground, so the road isn't very hot. Wouldn't want to do it midday at the moment because it's way too warm. I might increase my pace a little bit. My little Wally's, going a bit heady. He is. Yeah, let me show you. Can you see him? No? I can just. It's his tail. His tail's moving. So, when he stops, I have a sniff in the pee. If I walk a bit quicker, I'll catch up a little bit. Now, Wally's had to put precedence for disappearing for hours on end. He doesn't do it anymore, but he used to. Hours on end, looking for the girls at a place called La Parade. And, and God, Bennett, at one point he was terrible. He wouldn't stop, like, crying, sort of howling. And, it was a nightmare, because he always got a whiff of something. And because he ain't done, and neither Sebastian or Wally's done. Sebastian's never really been an issue with it, to be honest. He's a bit of a dopey dog. I think he's not sure which way he's swinging at the minute, but but Wally, oh dear, he does like to run up ahead though. He's the smallest dog, he can jump the highest, and he runs the fastest. Now, when we first, not now because he's got heart problems and stuff, but when he was younger, I used to take him out on the push bike, and I was going down the hills on the push bike with a speedo on and what have you, and I was clocking quite a speed, hammering it right down the hills and what have you. You can really moat on a push bike if you want to. He was keeping up, he had to stop a couple of times, and then he lays flat on his belly, cool down. But no, he's quite impressive. It was pretty impressive. Now Sebastian's is quite fast, but he runs like a bit bandy-legged. Tradition, he's Dalmatian, you see, Dalmatian Labrador cross. And Dalmatians are like a coach dog, aren't they? Really, the monarchy would have them, like, and the king would have them like a coach dog in front, in front of the coaches. Walking in front of the coaches. Yeah, he's a skittish old thing. He really is. He's a bit mad. Sebastian, stop looking at her bum. Oh dear. Dogs, eh? Oh, got that bit there, eh? Okay, pick up that. That's a good boy. That's what you got to do. Have a sniff at that when you do. That's a good girl. So, Sebastian's also, I think so. Maybe they actually see him, but Sebastian is a tick magnet. He really is a tick magnet. I must have took off 4 ticks off him today, and we will be putting the Protector on, which does kill ticks later on. But we try and hold those dogs. We don't like giving dogs too many drugs, so to speak. They have enough drugs as it is to keep them alive. But we don't like that fibrinol stuff, and there's a fibrinol and Protector and stuff like that, and comforters. Because if you go by the book and do what they say you're supposed to do, you end up giving them too much, because we only give them 1 dose a year with Protector. And they say it's supposed to every 3 months. They expect you to 4 times a year. It's extremely expensive. And what we also do, so don't tell the vet. What we do is we buy 1 tablet for a 54 kilo dog, and between these 3 guys we managed to split it between us. It's not an exact dose, you see. It doesn't matter. Do you want another treat, do you? Is it like that, is it? What do you want, Wally? I can see you. I can see you. Oh, okay. Who's next? Door's next. Okay. Who's next? Sebastian's next. Okay. Right. I'm strangling myself here with a lead. A little bit further, shall we? Let's go a little bit further. Oh. Well, if you didn't know already, my other channel's been delayed another week because I've got another strike on it, so I can't upload anything until next Sunday coming. So another 5-6 days. It's just, it's an annoyance to say the least, and it's crippling as well, because we're quite reliant on the money that we get from it, so that isn't very helpful. Not at all. But there you go. Getting used to it. They don't like me. I'm too controversial. I don't know how, but there you go. Oh, yeah. Quite often cows on this field here, but they're in at the moment. And you can walk. We walk over the top. That's the highest point in this little area. Over there, will be the highest point where we are at the moment. And then you go down to the other side of the valley. Well, it's almost flat on the other side, that to be fair. But this just runs down. This hair just goes down and down and down and down until you get to the stream and the lake. That's right, guys. Let's go this way now. Here we go. Look at bear. Come on, I would have given you one. A treat. You had your treat. Spinning down again. I'm back. It's Johnny. Well, I keep nearly strangling myself with this. Yeah, lead. It gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Like a noose. There's a noose. A noose about the noose. No, there's a moose. No, yeah. Well, so when we first came here, it's quite funny. I didn't know so much about trees in the wild, so to speak. I didn't work wood all my life, but getting wood coming in the form of a plank, not as like Wayne edged lumber, or actually seeing the stuff actually milled and what have you. You have, it's a it's a different experience. And but when we first came here, I didn't. I was asking people about willow, because we want to get a load of willow, and we're planting a lot of willow on our land at the moment. And everyone says, oh, just go into the woods and get some, cut a bit off, stick it in the ground. Well, I knew you could do that anyway, you know, propagating them, what have you, just by cutting bits off and chucking it in the ground. Yeah, you can do that. I knew that, but I didn't know if there's any willow where the willow was around here, if anybody had any. It's on my flipping doorstep. This wood here's got loads of willow in this wood here. Yeah, there's loads of it in there. Didn't think of that, did I? No. Anyway, we walked through there, Darren, my son Darren, and Stefan, and we walked through the woods here, coming down right down to where the lake is in the corner, and past the old Citroen cars and stuff that have been left in the woods. And what we found was those saplings around the lake. So we dug them up, and put them in bags, and brought them back, planted them in the garden. Yeah, it was willow. Not all of it. Some of it was hazel and hornbeam and stuff like that, but just little saplings. And the weeping willow that we've got at the front near the road up here, which we've been propagating quite a bit recently, that was out of the wood here. So yeah, my Wally dog's at it again. He's getting jiggy with it. Leave her alone, Wally. I need to. Someone mentioned something. What did they mention to me? Mate, train him with disapproval or something. Yeah, I disapprove, Wally. You're a very naughty doggy. No, I didn't pay any attention. No, but I get the point though. It's never been a problem before. No, he's just like gone a little bit randy. He's a bit randy. Oh, can't believe I've done up that wire up there. So crazy. This house here is Jean and Nicole. Well, Jean died about 2 years ago. 2 years or 3 years ago? 3 years ago now. Yeah, sounds about right, but 3 years ago. Oh, lovely view over there, look. Ain't it nice over there? Yeah, John, he was alright, but he'd religiously be out here cleaning all these railings up and painting them. Every couple of years he'd be painting those railings. They're only concrete things, but yeah, it's just he was very particular over his garden. Everything was pristine. And now it's a bit. Oh, it's a nice house, don't get me wrong. Weeds, lots of weeds in the ground, in shingle. I know I can't talk, because I have, but it's just a bit of a crying shame that it's just gone a little bit messy. Nice house though, but inside's very dated inside. They're an old couple. They were anyway. Nicole's still there, and it's too much for her, to be honest. You know, she's got a daughter living with her now, but she does very little. But look, what's called? What's this tree called? Oh, can't get the tip of my tongue. But it's a really nice leaf. Oh, flippin' hell. God, my memory's on the pot. It was a laurel, remember that bit. I helped them out last year. I was like, help, can you help us? Can you help? You're going the wrong way, guys. Oh dear. Yeah, she come round, can you help us? Our cat's stuck. Oh, this flipping cat of theirs was on their flat roof at the back, and they had the window open and it wouldn't come in, and it was so hot. It was it was just so dehydrated. It was going to die up there. It really was. Oh God's sake, Wally, really? Do you have to? But yeah, it was that blooming dog. Yeah, it was just a little bit of wind. Yeah, that was really struggling. So I got back, got a ladder, chucked on hook, bent and got the cat. As soon as the cat saw me, it just jumped straight through the open window. Went in. But before I think I was panicked. Didn't realise the window was open, and it panicked when it saw me. Got stranger danger, and then it's decided to jump into the house. Are you happy in there, guys? Yeah. Is it nice grass? I don't know where Sebastian's off to. Where are you going, Sebastian? He's off. They're all off. It's quite funny when he's in the when Wally is in the long grass. Oh God, what? He's getting what? When he's in the long grass, all you can see is he bounces. like a little, you know, from like a little hare or something, bounces from one place to the other, sort of to see where he is, because you can't see where he is. He just like jumps. It's hilarious. But Wally's herring, I don't think is as good as it used to be. Pandora's her herring's amazing. And Sebastian's is as well. He's got a very good herring. But Wally, he's yeah, he doesn't always respond. Whereas before, when people used to come to the when people used to come into the gate and stuff like that, you know, a car stop, or even when the other dogs, you know, Sebastian or Pandora starts barking, it'd be, you know, he'd go off on one as well. But he doesn't anymore. Nowhere near, you know, occasionally. But I get the feeling that he doesn't actually hare all the while. It's either that or he's too old now and you can't be bothered. He's 13 now, so he's getting tired. You know. I'll tell you something, I'm very glad though that when I got this fibre, glad we had that put in. It was free to install, so that's really silly not to. Although obviously the monthly charge is more. I was paying, because before all our internet in the house was all done via 4G. I had 2 aerials on the roof, which I've really got to take down now, really, to be honest. And they're still up there. And those 2 aerials basically pointing towards the radar mast. There's 2 cell tower. There's 2 cell towers here that I can connect to. One in St Lawrence of Gore and one in Orador Severe. And I can just point it to either one. And that's fine, you know. It's not be funny. We've been using it for, because we were on Orange before, on ADSL, and it was so bad. On a good day, we'd get half a meg. It was horrendous. It was really bad. And yes, anyway, so that wasn't very helpful. So we got rid of it and changed it. And I installed a mast and a pair of aerials on like a twin directional aerials, Yagi aerials, and as long as the right frequencies, yeah, that'll work. And that 4G. The only problem with the 4G was limited. Started off when we first got it, it was 100 gigs a month. Then it went up to about 240 at the time when we cancelled the the SIM card for it. So yeah, and we used 2 SIM cards, you see, so it gave me nearly 500 gigabytes of data. So, and we could work around that. That was okay. But it does mean I have to keep swapping the cards though, which is a pain because the numbers on your phone is never the same. So people try and contact you, all of a sudden they can't because it goes to the router for the house or vice versa. So luckily not many people call me. So but now we've got the fibre, which is a lot easier, a lot less stressful. Well, I said everything was stressful. It did work pretty well for us. And on that, we could get about 80 megabits per second on the 4G where we are. Because we're very rural here, you see, as you can probably tell. Yeah, it's green grass and cows. There's always plenty of cows. Yeah. And occasional sheep. Well, not occasional sheep. There's that field over there has got masses of sheep on. I wonder if we can hear them. All you can hear is Wally panting. And crickets. Oh, over there, I heard sheep over there in the distance. Yeah, definitely sheep. It's a mouton. It's mouton. Not mutton. I love the sound of the crickets. They can get quite annoying though. If you watch, at night times, what we do is we might have the windows open, but then shut the shutters. So you know, you get birds flying in, and then you've got all the noise, constant cricket noise. I managed to video cricket the other day, really close up. I need to experiment with that. I got a new cat. I say it's not news. I had it a while, I just hadn't used it. Little microscope camera. It's 4K. It wasn't expensive. It's the image size is coming out as 4K, but the quality of it, to be honest, that close, it's pretty good. I'm actually quite impressed. Because when you get into microscopic, optics, they become very because there's no depth of field. You see, front to back focus. It becomes very narrow. Now I used to do microscopic photography years ago, still images. So, and layers, and I can't remember the name of the software now we used to use, but quite a lot. Most of the images, you'd be taking around 100 shots individual shots at basically with a microscope at different stages through the image. You're taking slices through the image, and then the software compile it all, and that gives you some depth of focus. Surreal images, they really are. These days it's a lot easier. You know, you get auto stacking and stuff like that now. Whereas when I was doing it, was literally, you know, you move it a little bit, micro focus. Yeah, so there's a lot of pictures online actually. If you want to have a look, there's if you look at my name, Marcus Kett, and then you'll see Marcus Kett microscopy, and there's loads of images on there that I've took. You know, I'm more into the abstract, so I do it for the art form, not necessarily. Oh, Wally, Pandora! They've decided not to come yet. Sebastian's waiting patiently over here because he's a good boy. Yeah, he's been a good lad. And the other two are in the field. I'll tell you what it is. Oh, here comes Dora. Pandora's coming, but no Wally yet. She's escaped him. Hello. Where's Wally in? Should I get Wally? Has he found something? I won't be surprised. Come on, boy! Here he comes. Alright. This is Wally's. There, Wally. Good boy. Oh, what? You guys want some as well, do you? That's it. And Pandora, okay, Molly, leave her alone. Oh dear. You're really out of breath now, Wally, aren't you? Huh? Panting away, he is. Panting away. Have a good session. Oh dear. Now, I could cut all this on the verge, and I do usually, but not this time of year. We wait. If the council, the Mary hasn't cut it yet, the commune, we don't cut it because they don't cut it for a reason. I'm glad they haven't, because it allows for the insects and stuff, and obviously the seed, and you know, from the wildflowers and what have you, like these oxeye daisies over here. Oxeye daisies, lots of daisies, yeah. And these lovely little purple flowers, God knows what they are. I don't know what those ones are. Oh, pretty. Now this tree here, oh, we have got mirabelles on there. Don't know if we've got many on there this year. The mirabelles are they're like a plum. They're like a little yellow plum. Very, very sweet. I mean, ridiculously sweet. And I'm not sure. Are they banned in the United States or something, or some states in America? Or have I got that wrong? Have we got mirabelles on it, or am I seeing things? I don't know if we have. They skip years. Yeah, I don't know. There's no one on there. Oh, there's a few, not many though. There's some on up top there. Oh, there's some. I'll show you. They're green at the minute, but they'll be yellow. Ooh, there's one. There's a mirabelle just there. And then we've got some more up here. Up there is. Yeah, they're like a yellow plum. Ridiculously sweet. So if you make jam with them, you have to cut down the amount of sugar you add, if any at all, because they're full of sugar. Anyway, guys, I think we're back. Wally, can you get off her? Oh, dear me. So we're back, and yeah, let's have a look over here first. We're back at the house. Tell you what I'll do is I'll be taking my bike out soon. Not tonight, but I will be taking it out soon, because I think do some videos with it. Should be quite nice. We can go some places, go on a bit of a tour. It's quite nice. Am I fortunate where I live? I think so. It's rather nice. The fact I'm broke, that doesn't, you know, that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, but at least I've got some nice to live. I think I'd rather be broke, to be honest, than live in the UK at the moment. Everything's well. Oxeye daisies everywhere. That. Now over here, there should be. I hope there is anyway. They're the finished now. I see them. Is the polyanthus. So we've got the pink ones and the yellow ones in this bank over here. and also some periwinkle here as well. And we need to have a bit of a clear out actually, but it's still there, so it just needs to give it a bit of space. There's some periwinkle down here, that purple flower there. Oh, there we go, that one. So there's some of that wild, and then over here it should be. Oh, here we go. There's some polyanthus in there. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, polyanthus there, and that comes up with purple and yellow flowers, which is rather nice. And over here we've got our old farm cart that was given to us. Not much you can do with them things, to be honest. That's just going to rot away eventually. It's been painted so many times. I was going to restore it, but it's just finding the time. And also I've got to get the wood. So yeah, a bit of wheelwright work to do on the rims of that one. But anything else, so what would you do with it afterwards? Oh, I don't know. I'd rather have a tractor. So yeah, this is all our little bit of land here. But what we've done is we've put the fence in. And the reason for that is when friends, or not very often, don't have many friends, come visit us, but they can park at the front here instead of us having to open the gates for them and stuff. The dogs, you see, just makes life so much easier if we haven't got to worry about people, random visitors, and also for work and that. They can park in here or in front of the gate, and that works a treat. So that's what we do anyway. So this area here, though, although we do use it to park cars on, it was done for a reason. Now I'll probably post a video on this channel later. Actually, we had a flood, and what was actually happening is after when we first came here, we had a flood. 4 weeks after we actually got here, water was coming in our front door. It was coming down the driveway and in our front door. Like a bad thing it was. It was horrendous. It was a torrent. I mean, a lot of water. So I contacted the council, the Mary, the commune, what have you, and they put a new pipe in, which is good. They did. They also put a pipe in where the ditch is here, that links up with the ditch over there. So we'll put all new pipes in there. Brilliant. Okay, that's fine. Good idea. All right. So here, there's a new pipe. Well, you see that line? There's a new pipe in there. Yeah? And that new pipe, basically takes the water that comes down the road into this little ditch on the side. There's a shallow ditch in there, and that goes through the pipe here, across here, into my we have like a little hole. They were going to fill it in for us, but I said no, leave that, because it's like a protection really. There's a hole down there. What I mean is, like, if the pipe blocks up, how the hell are you going to get to anything? Sorry, wrong way now. How are you going to get to anything? So that way we keep this clear generally in there, and it's a bit overgrown at the moment, but we do keep that clear. And anyway, it wasn't big. The pipe wasn't big enough. Long story short, and needless to say, it backed up, and this Canberra and this road literally filled up with water. The whole road filled up with water, and where did it go? Down our driveway. We only just put all the stone down in the driveway, and it washed it all away. It just all rattled, and it looked a right old mess. It's a mess now, but I mean that was really bad. And we put quite a bit of stone there as well, and it all ended up near the house. It just washed up down to the house. It was on a hill, you see, side of the valley. So that wasn't very helpful. And when I got the council about it, they said it was normal. What, you having a laugh? It's not normal to be flooded. And yeah, so what we did instead of listening to them, the first time we came here, we had the problem. I put a land drain in the bank, and the contours of the earth, and it made a huge difference. And it was only until they put that new pipe in over here we got a problem. Yeah, again. And so what I've done is I've scooped out here with a digger. I know I've got to do something with the ground, what have you, but we scooped this only a couple of years ago. We scooped this all out with the digger. So then any water that comes down here, it ends up in there instead, and then drains off down into the ditch. And it seems to have worked so far. So probably want a bit of clearing out again, to be honest. Yeah. So that was a pain in the butt. That was. Yeah. It's not fun being floods. It had an oak floor as well, all swelled up. I had to relay it. These are oak planks, not like that silly, what's that laminate stuff. What's the point of that? Anything that's pretending to be something, to me, is a lie. Yeah. You're right there, Wally, having fun there, tormenting your sister. Yeah, incest. Oh well. Well, I think it's time to go in, isn't it, really? And rest my weary legs. Yeah, that's my bike. It's overgrown, look. I did start it up yesterday, so I know it's okay. God's sake. Well, what are you waiting, guys? Excited tar? Wally, excited tar? You're going to carry being a sex pest? He's too busy being a sex pest. Yeah. I know. Catch your breath, boy. Catch your breath. So I'm going to say ta-ta, and I hope you have a lovely day. Ta-ta. You say bye, guys? No? No, I don't say anything then, not. No.